This is the BassForecast bait breakdown for the Swimbait. In this short video, we're going to cover these 5 topics: key features, top tips, matching forage, rod, reel, and line, and hook set. Let's start with the key features. The swimbait category contains by far the most amount of sizes and styles, so let's simplify those. First, you've got the soft plastic swimbaits, which can range in size from 2 inches to 8 inches. These can be rigged on a jig head or Texas rigged like this with a blade underneath. These 2 setups are not the only ways to rig a soft plastic swimbait, but are the most versatile for all conditions. The next category is the hard body swimbaits. These are jointed into 2 to 4 sections and can be made of plastic or wood. These are not weedless as they have treble hooks on the bottom, but they are very good at drawing the attention of a bass in open water. But if BassForecast has recommended you throw a swimbait today, which one should you choose? To keep it simple, we recommend throwing smaller swimbaits in open water, deep water, especially when it's cold. And when the water is warm, the bass are up shallow, they're more aggressive, throw the bigger swimbaits to catch a bigger bite. This is not an end-all be-all with swimbaits, but it's a great starting point. So retrieval with a swimbait is exactly what it sounds like. You swim it. And this is true regardless of the type. Sometimes you're going to be retrieving it slow and sometimes extra fast, but you're always swimming it in some form back to you. Now, the depth in the water column that you retrieve your swimbait depends entirely on how deep the fish are sitting. And without fish finders or electronics on a bass boat, it may be hard to figure that out, but it's not impossible for you guys who fish on the bank. All you've got to do is start with the BassForecast recommended location for today, and then start fishing shallow there. And if you don't find success, start going deeper and deeper until you do. Now, watching the conditions is very important when having success on a swimbait. If it is cloudy or windy, try a larger swimbait that gives off a bigger presence and has more vibration in the water. And if it's sunny or calm, go with a swimbait that is smaller in size and less intrusive. And as always, start with the BassForecast recommended retrieval speed in the app and then adjust from there if that doesn't work for you. There truly is no better lure category for matching forage correctly than the swimbait category, and getting it right is super simple. And all you have to do is understand 3 things: what the bass are eating, picking a swimbait that most closely imitates their food, and then throwing it where that food lives. Will this take some time to figure out on your body of water? Of course it will. But once you've acquired that knowledge, a swimbait will become a big bass producer for you every time you hit the water. The rod, reel, and line you need for a swimbait, of course, depends on which one you're fishing. For small swimbaits like this, all you need is a medium power spinning rod with a light braided line to a fluorocarbon leader, 8, 10, 12 pound, or straight 10 to 15 pound monofilament or fluorocarbon line. For medium-sized swimbaits like this, all you need is a standard medium-heavy bait casting rod with a medium to fast gear ratio reel and 15-pound fluorocarbon. That will do the trick. And for the big swimbaits like this glide bait here, you need a bigger, beefier rod combo. So a 7/6, an 8-foot rod that is heavy or extra heavy in power, and that length and power is necessary to make long casts and get a good hook set from long distances. And finally, the hook set on a swimbait is determined by which one you choose. If you're fishing a small little swimbait and you get bit, just reel up into those fish. There's no need for any kind of aggressive hook set. Just imitate the exact same hook set you do with a shaky head. And as you work your way into the bigger and bigger swimbaits, your hook set should also get stronger and stronger, especially if the lure is far away from you when you set the hook and if the lure is hardly moving at all. And especially with those big swimbaits, you want to make sure you keep the pressure on, the tension on the entirety of the fight, because big fish can easily throw a giant swimbait out of their mouths. We hope this video gives you more confidence in using a swimbait so you can adapt to the conditions and catch more bass. And I'll see you out on the water.